All right, popping back in, party people. This is our concluding segment for the night. Just in case you don't know, it's your man, Professor Nails. I'm signing on with Boston Jared,
Peace.
Coach Dave. We are Sands, the Casual Ran, and we are known as the Pundits of Pugilism. Make sure that you like and subscribe. So we want to kind of weigh in on the latest news or non-news or however you want to frame it. We'll all give our opinions, but uh, I think about a month ago we were kind of given a bit of a teaser, right? It was like Tank's fight is gonna be against like a world class like slick boxer and all this
Loma,
stuff.
right? We thought Loma. We thought it was Loma. Was the name
Yeah,
that kept throwing around.
and we were not too long ago given the news that Tank Davis from Baltimore, Maryland, will be taking on your boy Lamont Roach Jr., who is he from Boston or from DC? I mean Boston. Is he from Baltimore or from DC?
Mott's from DC, right, Dave?
Is he
Yeah,
from
yeah, I don't know if he's from there or not, brother. Not, man.
but oh he fights out of there. He fights
Yeah,
out of there. That's
yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
You're definitely DMV.
Yeah, which we could kind of see this be this kind of DMV rivalry, right? So what do they go and do with their, incredible business acumen is like they staged a fight in Houston. So
Right?
so like what is going on? Um so I mean let's kind of talk about it. I'm kind of disappointed in this fight. I'm gonna watch. I mean, it's kind of a it's a take fight, but I'm not excited. I'm not the only one who seems to be not impressed, whatnot. Forbes have kind of talked about the fans are not too happy about this fight. Boxing scene calls it a hard pill to swallow, and this is where we stand at. So anybody kind of is anybody excited about this bout? I'm speaking to the pundits.
Dave,
Hey, look, well, I mean, y'all know how I feel about Tank, man. But I gotta be true and say I'm excited to see him fight. I'm glad he active. Um, but I don't know, man. You know, uh,
I know you cool with Lamont Roach, David, but this is not look,
now,
not disrespect Roach.
yeah,
Okay? We gotta call it how we
I
see it.
know some people that know that do know Roach, right? So I'm not like super duper in there with that camp more so than I am on the Tank side of stuff. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So for me, uh, I just as great as Tank is, I just think he still got room to be, I think, one of the most exceptional fighters, man, out there. I wish that Lomo stuff would come through. I wish that, he'd go ahead on and break Shakur's ribs. It's just so many things out there. Even a cat, from what I'm understanding, even a cat that I think whoever was the mandatory would have been a much more, exciting fight. But at the end of the day, I'm glad my man is fighting. I wish both of them safe rumbles. And Roach got to punch his chance as anybody do, man. But I can't sit here and say that when he fought like Frank Martin, which I knew he was going. I knew he was going. Lump up Martin as well. But that just was a. It just seemed like a more exciting fight to get up with, and it had more potentials, to challenge Tank. I say that. That's what I just leave it at that, man. I leave it at anything can happen in a fight, but I don't know if I see this one being as exciting as the Martin fight, to be honest with you. And I hope that kind of makes sense, man.
Look, three, and there's no secret here. I've been pretty critical of Tank for a long time now. I thought the Frank Martin fight was a step in the right direction. I really thought that the Frank Martin fight was going to be the beginning of the rest of Tank's career. I thought that once he took this fight with Frank Martin, the trajectory of this kid's career was going to change. And, he takes one big step forward, in my opinion, just to turn around and take two big steps back. Like this is just not a good fight on paper. And again, that's not to disrespect Lamont Roach. To be clear, the Lomachenko fight was not possible. Lomachenko ducked, right? Lomachenko came out and said he was not interested in fighting for the rest of this year for whatever reason. He was going to take the rest of the year off.
And
Blah
that's a
blah
good
blah.
point.
Loma ducked. Shakur Stevenson broke his hand into a million pieces. And while there was just happened to be a camera around during sparring, so Shakur Stevenson is not eligible opponent, right? He's hurt. Tank wants to fight in December. Presumably, Shakur Stevenson is not eligible. So let's kill that narrative right here. That Loma or Shakur were viable, feasible opponents. That's not what we're saying here. But based on what I understand, Edwin De Los Santos was offered this fight. Edwin De Los Santos was offered the fight. I believe Edwin De Los Santos is coming off of an injury. De Los Santos' team accepted the fight. Tank Davis and his team elected to not fight Edwin De Los Santos and to instead fight Lamont Roach. We also, I think, was Robert Garcia, the trainer of Rayo Valenzuela, also was on in an interview saying that they were not going to fight Tank Davis next, and that his team, I believe, had approached Rayo Valenzuela and tried to bring Rayo Valenzuela down from 140 pounds to fight again at 135 pounds, and they turned that fight down. Tank should be fighting Edwin De Los Santos next, or he should be fighting Floyd Schofield. Now, I don't know if Floyd Schofield's team or crazy about taking that fight at this point in Floyd Schofield's career. I don't care, because based on the rankings and the WBA, Floyd Schofield is the number 2. You have William Zepeda also in the number 1 position. So let me. I would be remiss if I didn't bring up William Zepeda. Zepeda, interestingly enough, is number 1 in all 4 sanctioning bodies. This is the Mexican William Zepeda, which has been a perfect quote unquote green print fight. I don't know about William Zepeda's availability. Point is, there appears to be at least 2 much, much better opponents, at least on paper. And again, this is not to slight Lamont Roach. This is not to disrespect Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is a 130-pound champion, and there's plenty of work for Lamont Roach down there at 130 pounds. Tank should be fighting either Zepeda, Schofield, or De Los Santos next. That to me is the bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, like fight somebody in the top 10 of this. And then so we can the thing is that you are at this point in your career, right? You're a seasoned vet, right? Tank is 29 years old, right? Tank is almost 30 years
He's
old.
almost 30.
He's almost 30 years old, so it's right. It's not building up a fighter and building up his record. It's established. You want to be the face of boxing. Give us these bouts, and then we're kind of talking around it, and partly because I think that this is on purpose why he's not part of that. But I mean, how come names like Keyshawn Davis is not out there?
Keyshawn's got to fight.
Keyshawn just fought.
Well, he's got another fight already signed, sealed, and delivered. They sold out that arena in Norfolk, Virginia in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
So Keyshawn's got to fight.
All right. But to my point is that fight somebody in the top 10 of the, WBA, top 15 or something like that. I mean, I respect Lamont Roach. He is a champion, but he's coming up. We're talking about a puncher's chance. I'm not sure he's got 10 knockouts in 25 fights, in 26 fights, because he has one loss, but at 10 knockouts and 25 wins, and he's coming up in weight. So I'm not impressed. Not excited about this. am I being spoiled? Am I being the brat? I don't know, but this is somebody that is he only fights on pay-per-view at this point. And to me, this is just not a pay-per-view fight. And then, maybe I mean Edwin De Los Santos would be a very formidable fight. Not only that,
So that's an interesting fight.
you get an opportunity to kind of juxtapose that performance that Tate would have against De La Santos with that of Shakur Stevenson, and then find ways to kind of build up that fight. I do want to say that Tank Davis and Lamont Roach have one common opponent, and that is Hector Luis Garcia, who Tank stopped, I believe, in like round 7, and Lamont Roach squeaked out a split decision against Hector. So, I mean, that's where we at. I think that we are. Boxing is, boxing is the one that when it has some momentum, it finds a way to just kind of take away that momentum, at this point. Which I mean, I'm not going to be too critical because we didn't get a chance to weigh in on it, but we did get we do have Riyadh season, and those are good cards. The Joshua versus Dubois was an exciting fight. It looked like those heavyweight fights back in the 90s.
Well, this ain't gonna happen. This fight, it ain't gonna, it ain't gonna, it ain't. It ain't we going? Yeah, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I'm sorry,
and
Professor.
this ain't Riyadh season either, so that's a good
Yeah, man,
point.
this ain't gonna happen. This fight, bro. It ain't gonna be no Dubois syndrome in this fight, bro.
No, no, not anywhere close, man. It's disappointing, man. Disappointing. You got Dennis Branchek. I forgot that Dennis Branchek is lurking up there at 135 pounds. Branchek's got a belt, and I believe Branchek moved down from 140. So yeah, this is bad. At the very least, you'd think they'd want to put the fight back in DC. But
Yeah,
maybe
because I did find out. So Lamont Roach was born in Washington D.C. and he resides in Upper Marlboro. So I mean, those are
down the street from me.
DMV, yeah, those are two DMV fighters, and they're going to Houston. I don't. Houston is not even a. I mean, Houston's fine. I love the city.
Yeah,
Nice
great
the
city.
city, but it's not known as a boxing mecca. The only thing, we understand sometimes why they might host a fight in Las Vegas or even I think even Atlantic City would be a little bit more appropriate. I'm not sure why. I'm I'm just a little bit dumbfounded. Uh,
Hopefully they reconsider that. It's also tough to get real estate down here in DC during that time. You've got a lot of college events. You've got the Caps. You've got the Wizards. You've got all these different concerts and shit like that going on. You got college athletics. Maybe it's tough to. It was tough to secure a date for the date they were interested in here in the DC area. But that's tough to imagine. A lot of stadiums here, a lot of arenas, man. That's tough to imagine they couldn't pull that off, man. I don't know. It's odd.
yeah,
Benavidez is going to be on the undercard, right? That's Benavidez's new role in life is to be Tank's. I don't want to call him his undercard bitch, but yeah, Benavidez is Tank's. You know, like a backup dancer for Tank, kind of. Maybe they're banking on Benavidez being in Houston and bringing in some of that Chicano Tejano crowd coming out to see Benavidez. Maybe I don't know. The card hasn't been announced yet. You can almost guarantee a Charlo brother will be dusted off and propped up to fight in that
Definitely,
in that in
yeah.
that fight. You can almost guarantee that. So maybe that's what they're thinking. But it's like you said, Cam. It's odd choice of opponent, even odder choice for venue location.
exactly. So just for a point of clarity, so Keyshawn Davis is scheduled to fight November the 8th against Gustavo Lemos.
Lemos. He's going to fight Lemos. Fight
But
Lemos, who gave Richardson Hitchens a real tough fight.
yeah,
That should be a very good fight.
but he also he in his own words he said he's targeting Tank. So I give him props because you know we've they've done a good job of kind of building him up and do that, but at some point you got you got to jump off the the porch. You know what I'm saying? Young son, go out there, like spread your wings and you had a it's about I mean come on, it's time. So I appreciate him bringing up Tank's name. I'm not sure if Tank's really kind of mentioned Keyshawn Davis, and I don't think that.
Nobody mentions Keyshawn Davis. And I hate to be the one to tell Keyshawn Davis this. If he thinks he's getting a Tank Davis fight, my man, this guy made Ryan Garcia coming in a rehydration clause. Keyshawn Davis looks like he comes in fight night at 155 pounds. He looks massive. He looks massive on fight night. I don't even know how he continues to make that weight. Probably great strength and conditioning, great diet. He has no chance of getting that fight. He has no chance of getting any fights of note at 135 pounds. Maybe a Branchik fight, maybe. And I don't see that fight happening. He needs to move his ass up to 140 pounds and figure out how he's going to get fights with that, because that's the division. That is the premier division. He's been calling out Teofimo Lopez, right? He's been running down on Teofimo Lopez whatever chance he gets. Teo's still on that side of the street, I guess, kind of. Keyshawn needs to move on up and go run down on Teofimo. That's a much more feasible fight for him than Tank Davis. Tank's not going anywhere near no Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I'm kind of disappointed, but you bring up some realities. I can just with Teofimo's like anti-black stance that he's just kind of taking or whatnot. I don't see him taking that fight either, which is disappointing. But we'll see. I mean, I think that I mean, it probably won't be if he fights in November. We're not going to see Keyshawn Davis again into 2025. But let's see how he performs against Lemos, and then we can kind of reevaluate his next steps and where to go from there. Which I want to get us off topic, but I mean, anything seems to be more interesting to talk about, but between Tank Davis and Roach. But I agree with Coach. We're not going to see any type of upsets or anything of that nature. Again, and Roach does have one loss in there.
He lost to Herring, didn't he?
Not I thought he beat Herring. His loss. Well, is you right? Let me see. I thought that let me look it up right now.
I thought he lost to Lamont Herring. Lamont Herring. Jamel Herring. I thought he lost to Herring.
Yeah, Jamel Herring. He did. Excuse me. Yeah. This was in 2019.
Yeah, a while ago. Much better version. To be clear, a much better version of Herring than Shakur Stevenson fought.
Yeah, it was a pretty sound, right? This is unanimous. So it was around 117 to 111 from two judges. So that's six. So that's basically 9 rounds to 3.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go. Any pundits want to kind of conclude where we at, and then we'll kind of as the fight gets a little bit closer, we'll come in with our pundit picks, and maybe I'll have a little bit more enthusiasm for this fight once we kind of learn more about the undercard. We will be coming in next week to talk about the what has the potential to be the fight of the year. Better
a real fight with real stakes.
B-ball, absolutely. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Pundits, you want to leave the audience with anything before we check out?
I got nothing, man. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to the show, please. Like and subscribe.
Don't give up on boxing, man. They ebbs and flows, man. Don't
It
let it.
is, it is. And there's some good fights out there. It's just that we don't, right? It needs to be a little bit more diversified. Everything shouldn't have to come under the Riyadh season. So we're looking at you,
Oh,
top
sorry.
rank
Go ahead. Finish, Cam.
Golden
I just
Boy.
want.
We're looking at you to be able to kind of step up and give us some the bouts that we do want. Go ahead, Boston.
Shout out to Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert doing what he has to do to get his career back going in the right direction, taking a fight against Omar Salcido, who I've never heard of, but he's going to be fighting on Pro Box. Pro Box. Shout out to Pro Box and shout out to Chris Colbert, man, who is could sit on his couch and count the money he makes from that his fried chicken restaurant, but he's choosing to get back in the ring and fight in Plant City, Florida, in a venue that probably holds 200 people, a fight that a lot of casual fans don't even know is going to be happening. But this shows me that Chris Colbert is serious about boxing. He's serious about his career, man. That's a big step back for him. That's a big step backwards for him. Fighting on Pro Box TV against a guy I've never heard of, but these are the fights you got to take sometimes to get your career going back in the right direction. So shout out to Chris Colbert.
Hey, well, look, man, since we give some shout outs, and look, I didn't Dave, but look, let me give a shout out to all of the fine, fit, fabulous, fantastic women of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And listen, Sandy Ryan, to me, I absolutely still love you and believe in you, girl. You are the female Mike Tyson, body snatching, soul snatching woman. I know you had a banger with Michaela Mayers, but definitely stay up. And also congratulations to you, Michaela Mayers, for getting that belt back. And absolutely welcome back to the bomb, Alicia Baumgartner. I know it was a headbutt and right there in the fourth round, but we are just glad to see you back. Glad to see you back and look forward to the next one. So shout out to all the ladies of boxing.
And shout out to the 5 people and the 2 service animals who RSVP'd to Alicia Baumgartner's fight and packed out that ballroom or whatever it was she was fighting in. Shout out to those 5 people that took time, and the 2 service animals that took time out of their Friday nights to go watch Alicia Baumgartner throw whatever it was, 20 punches and headbutt that chick. Shout out to y'all.
So
tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. I don't know why you hate.
I'm just telling you what happened, man.
I don't know why you hate.
5 people and 2 service animals, man.
Hey, you know what? We need to try to get the bomb on here so she can deal with you directly.
Hey.
I know,
no problem.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be no online bully. You know what I'm saying?
Now, hey, make the call. I know you got the contacts, Dave. Make the call, man.
I'm just saying, don't be no.
Make the call and get her on here.
You know what I'm saying? When she get on here, just
don't be flirting with her either when she get on here.
Great
Dave
back, Alicia. That's what I'm saying.
Dave. All right, y'all. I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta walk this dog.
All right, y'all be good, man.
All right.
Peace.